Hello, this is Dr. Cool. Welcome back. Today we're going to be discussing about blower motor issues. This is a typical blower motor for your car, and this varies by car make and model. Pretty much, this is one of those components that break inside your car AC system and leave you sweating right inside the AC system. This is for Toyota model, Toyota Sienna, and some other Toyota models. And this very component here contribute to the major failure of your car AC system. So today we're going to be talking about the critical role which the blower motor plays in your car AC systems. From poor airflow, from no airflow, a lot of varieties of issues that can actually be triggered by this very component here. So understanding how it works and the symptoms will help you at the long run in preventing car AC problem that can often lead to hefty repair bills. Most often times, most mechanics may have replaced a lot of different parts before coming to realize that this is actually where the problem is coming from. This blower motor right here. Now let's talk about the role of your blower motor. Your blower motor typically extracts air from outside and push it through the vents. And it does that using these fins. So most often times, these very fins here can get clogged of dirt and debris, cobwebs, and that actually reduce the efficiency of your car AC system. Now, every blower motor have coil, or you can call it induction coil inside it. So let's tear this one apart and take a look at it and see the constructional features and what often fails most often times. So we're gonna tear this apart, just not completely, but let's see how it goes. I know how frustrating it can be most often times when your car AC broke down, and this can often be just the reason why your AC is not working. Now you can see in the older models, we don't have a lot of control modules on the blower motor, as you can see here. So this is not just the end, so we're going to be diving in deeper. However, in newer models, there are control modules which you can see here, and these very control modules here also get cooled down through this very heat sink when the blower motor is turning. There are a lot of different factors that can actually affect your blower motor from functioning correctly, from the bearings, from the carbon brush for those ones that use this carbon brush, and some of them that are engineered to last for a lifetime of the car. They are using brushless motor systems. Those are newer technologies. However, the old systems doesn't have the brushless motor. So we're going to be taking it apart a little bit more. So we take a look at the control modules and see how it has been engineered to work, so we can be able to use that to troubleshoot a bad blower motor. So I'm losing it out. Now we have more. Now here is the control module of your blower motor. This is the heart of your blower motor. You can see we have different components inside. We have bigger capacitors, we have IC integrated circuits, we have MOSFET here, we have capacitors. All this actually plays a critical role in ensuring how fast this blower motor spins, how low it spins, and also the speed. Now when the power is fed through this very system, you have a constant ground and a constant voltage of your battery voltage or alternator voltage. Initially, it's going to have a battery voltage. When you start up your car, it will switch up and start having alternator voltage, which can range from 13.7 to 14.7 volts. Now this very module most often times hardly fails, but if it does fail, there are going to be a lot of problems that comes in. Now when the power gets fed in here, you have a constant ground, you have a constant positive, and this middle here is often the signal wire. Constant ground, constant positive, signal wire. So when you are doing your testing, ensure that the first bigger pins here have a battery voltage or alternator voltage. If your car is running, it should have alternator voltage. If your car is not running, it should have a battery voltage. When you turn on your AC and the blower and you're not getting any air coming out of the cabin, if your pulling filter is in a very good condition, then you could be having a bad blower motor. Most often times you can replace this module. Some manufacturers don't sell this module because it's a marketing strategy to make you to buy the whole system. They have done it in your radiator fan before, and it's also applicable in your blower motor. So if they sell only this, it's going to be a lot cheaper to buy than to buy the whole of it. But if they don't sell this, then you'll have no choice than to buy the entire unit. I hope that is clear. Now let's get back to how this fed power into the system. When you have a constant ground and a constant positive power supplies, you have the signal wire. This signal wire is being controlled by the CAN bus, and that signal wire is what determines how fast this fan runs using your blower motor resistor, which is not part of here in this episode as we discussed. However, in some car make, the blower motor resistor can actually be equipped right here into the system here, integrated into this very control module, so that all what you need to come through here is the input signals from your climate control systems that feed power to here and more. When this fails, this fan will not run, this blower motor will not run. And the blower motor other component which it might interest you to know, there is a bearing here, and there is another bearing, has two bearings. Those bearings is what keep this from moving, from waving. Most of the times when those bearings died, you'll be hearing a rattling noise when you turn on your AC. In as much as your blower motor is running, you're going to be hearing some rattling noise. Before you conclude that the blower motor is bad, it is very imperative or pertinent for you to check. There could be dirt, there could be debris clustering around here that this very fan blower motor blades are touching. So if you get them out, you might not be needing to replace the habit. However, if after clearing out any particles, dirt and debris that are surrounding the very blower motor and the problem persists, then you know that one of these bearings here or in there is having a problem. Now if we go further to tear this apart, which I want to do, because the purpose of this very video is to make you understand fully how the blower motor works. We have more components in there, so literally I'll be tearing everything apart. So you take a look at it and look at the constructional features. Now this has come apart, and as it come apart, here is the bearing. This is just a casing, the assembly part that holds the control module in place for power to go in. And these three pins which you can see here is what delivers the power to the induction system, which is here. So I'm going to apply this out and open it further. So we take a look at it. It has a coil here and it has magnets around this area here. It has magnet around this area and it has a coil in there. So if I flip it this way, you can be able to see the coils as it is. So when you introduce power here, this will start spinning. For the purpose of learning, I'm going to be powering this system on so you see. But however, for now, I don't know where I got a battery, so I'm going to be applying this off. For most cars, you might not find this blower motor to completely burnt. Some may burnt. I've seen a typical case in Toyota models where the blower motor burned, and that is how I got to get this very copy which I'm using to teach you guys today. So gotta apply this gently, not to break it. This is one of the bearings that helps to stabilize the motor as it runs. Okay, now from here you can see this is pretty much getting about removed. So I wanna get this further. Okay, there we go. And see how it's designed. It has a notch here that helps spin this motor around. And that's what it looks like on the other side. There is a light grease here that helps to smooth the operation when this system is running. So I'm gonna gently take this out. You can see it right here. So this system here uses what we call a brushless motor. This is a typical brushless motor fan, and it has a shaft and you have a permanent magnet here. You can see it right here. So you guys can see it. So technically speaking, this is how it is. You can't pull this out of here. If you pull this out the way it's engineered, you've damaged it. So you can keep this aside. Now we'll look at the constructional feature of the blower motor. In most cases, you might see this very coil burnt. Since this is a brushless motor, you're not going to be seeing any carbon brush or commutator or armature within there. So this is where the three power feed, but how this power that gets in here gets feed is being controlled. I want you to see how the power flows here. Let's take a look at it. The 12 volts power supply flows from here to here and goes here. Before coming here, it gets regulated through this module here. A lot of this module here get regulated, and those regulation is based on the selected speed. Each time you increase the fan speed of your blower motor, it sends a direct command to this control module, and this control module accepts that very command and translate it into motion based on the speed preferences, which it will now actualize when it passes those speed through here to control how much this motor spins, and that is what pushes the air out into the cabin of your car AC system. This is typically how it is. So this is it. So that's it, guys. So this is the heart of your blower motor system. So in this case here, we're going to be dealing with we have actually gone into giving you a whole detail of how this whole thing works. And sometimes for some systems that is not designed to be brushless motor systems, they have carbon brush. So most of the times when your blower motor is not working and you smack those area and it works, that is the technical sign, meaning that the blower motor brush has eaten out, which you can just replace than replacing the entire assembly. So in that regard, it is very important that you find the right brush. If you can find the right brush, then replacing the entire assembly is the only option which you have. What now, as we have studied and learned how the blower motor works, how it sends power from the control module, receive 12 volt power from here to the control module, and the control module regulates that power based on your input command and send the power to this very motor here, which now spins within this very magnet here, which you have here, right? Which now spins like this and pushes the air out of the cabin into the cabin. Now, let's go into the symptoms of a bad blower motor. One, you are not getting air coming out of the cabin. Two, the AC is not working. The AC is not working at all because in some car makes, the power is routed through this very control module, so that if this very control module here has the blower motor resistor, then your blower motor fan might not work at all, or the compressor might not even respond to power because the power is routed through the blower motor resistor. However, if it has an individual or independent blower motor resistor, then the blower motor can actually run without the help of, if there is an issue with the blower motor resistor, it may affect 1 speed, 2 speed, or 3 speed. If your car AC might be stuck in some certain speed, if the built-in system interface has a blower motor resistor inside it, encapsulated like this one which have a lot of integrated control modules. Other symptoms which you're also going to be noticing when you have a bad blower motor is AC compressor continue to trip. So guys, I hope you find this very helpful. I remain Dr. Cool Auto Fix. If you have any further question concerning your blower motor not working and how it affects your AC system, how it doesn't allow your AC system to work, drop it in the comment section and I'm going to be responding to you as soon as possible. However, be sure that you are my active subscribers who have his notification turned on, because there is a new feature in the YouTube right now that shows us who is a subscriber and who is not a subscriber, who has his notification turned on and who have it turned off. So if you are not my active subscriber, if you are asking me any very question concerning this very topic here, I may not respond to you. Why? Because you don't value the information which I think I have to share with you here, which most of the times you can find such a quality information on the YouTube. Bye for now. See you next.